Good day, brothers and sisters. Wisdom at Dawn, episode 313. Suitable Teachings of the One Buddha Vehicle, a Limited Understanding. In the following verse, in accord with the original nature possessed by sentient beings, the Buddha taught his knowledge and views. In true suchness is just the one Buddha vehicle. There is no two or three vehicles. Master says sentient beings intrinsically have Buddha nature, but it is clouded by ignorance. And it is for this reason that the Buddha comes to open and reveal his knowledge and views for sentient beings to realize and enter. The moment we realize Buddha's knowledge and views, our Buddha nature will manifest. People with healthy eyes can see their external conditions very clearly, but people with eye disease, everything looks blurry. Is it the environment blurry, or is the diseased eye causing the blurriness? The answer is quite obvious. Diseased eyes cause the blurriness. So, if we want to see our surroundings clearly, we need to cure our eye disease. Then, naturally, we will see as well as people with healthy eyes. So, we ordinary people are like people with eye disease. The radiant Buddha nature within us has become hazy to us. So Buddha is here to tell us that that state still exists. So he said, as long as you can cure your eye disease, naturally the state that you see and the state that I see will be the same. So the Buddha taught us many methods to help us attain the same views and understanding as him, to help us understand that all sentient beings have the Tathagata nature, and this would lead us to awaken our compassion. Then we will respect ourselves and respect everyone else. If we can all respect one another, we can love and be grateful toward one another. Just like the Tzu Chi saying, having self-respect is a way to repay grace. Practicing giving is a way to show gratitude. Accepting teachings is how we respect ourselves. If we have self-respect and earnestly practice, then we respect the Buddha's teachings. Thus, if we disciples respect ourselves, we are repaying the grace of the Buddha, our parents, and sentient beings. If we practice giving, we are showing gratitude. By helping sentient beings and benefiting them, we are actually benefiting ourselves. Therefore, we must be grateful. Though the Buddha utilizes countless methods, they all lead back to the one Buddha vehicle. There is no two or three vehicles, but they were given earlier to lead us to the final teachings. Without these teachings, turbidity would become heavier and denser. All Buddhas come to teach sentient beings because, in the era of chaos and turbidity of kalpa, sentient beings are heavily defiled. We have severe afflictions and turbidities like stinginess, greed, envy, and jealousy, and we develop all roots of unwholesomeness, causing much suffering in this world. The Buddha saw that sentient beings have varying capabilities due to their varying afflictions. If their turbidity is milder, then their capabilities will be sharper, and vice versa. So, the Buddha teaches according to capabilities, like prescribing medicine according to illness. We must each go through such treatment so that we will eventually recover our health. So do understand that the Buddha manifested in the era of the turbidity of kalpa to transform all sentient beings who had roots of goodness and karmic affinities, and help them to aspire others to transcend the world. But some people who have very heavy turbidities and no affinity with the Buddha, like the story of the poor woman who had no affinity with Buddha. Why did she lack such good affinity with the Buddha? Well, this happened in one of the Buddha's past lives. This woman's family was struck with misfortune, so she was sad and crying. A spiritual man passed by and asked her, "Madam, why are you crying?" So she told him what had happened to her family, how her husband and child suddenly passed away, and how poor she has become, and so on. Her many afflictions caused her sadness and caused her to experience much suffering. So the spiritual man said, The life of sentient beings is always like this. What is there to cry about? Just accept it. And after making this statement, he left. Then another spiritual man walked by and asked, "Madam, what is wrong?" His words were gentle, as was his manner. Then he took out a handkerchief and said, "Accept it. This is the way life is. No matter how long one lives, death will come. So you must take good care of yourself now and do not harm your body. Please wipe away your tears." Then he handed her the handkerchief. The woman took the handkerchief, wiped away her tears, and expressed her gratitude to him. Then she walked away. The Buddha then told his disciples, "Do you know why I could not transform this poor woman? Well, that first spiritual man is now I, Sakyamuni Buddha. And the second one is now the one by my side, Ananda. Ananda was able to form many good affinities because his mind was very meticulous and he is skillful and gentle. Ananda was the Buddha's disciple who had 30 marks of the Buddha. The Buddha had 32 marks. Ananda's magnificent appearance was similar to that of the Buddha's because in his past lives he had created many good affinities with sentient beings. Many people who saw Ananda become joyful. So sentient beings with good affinities have planted seeds over lifetimes. Nourished by Dharma water, they have extended their roots deeply and widely. The goal of all Buddhas in coming to this world is to lead them to develop bodhicitta and engage in world-transcending practices. These sentient beings must be continuously guided life after life until they achieve the goal of bodhicitta. So in this evil world of the 5 turbidities, how can we enable our minds to transcend the turbidities of the world? Like the lotus flower that grows in the mud, it is not defiled by the mud. Similarly, with bodhicitta, we can keep our minds undefiled amidst the mud and transcend afflictions. When our minds can transcend afflictions, we return to our pure, intrinsic Tathagata nature. So the Buddha teaches the one great vehicle as divided into 3 because in the evil world of the 5 turbidities, we could not instantly understand his teachings completely. Therefore, the 3 vehicles were established due to this reason. So Master reminds all of us Bodhisattvas that we must really understand that we all intrinsically have Buddha nature. And in the Lotus Sutra, this is the most important concept and the truest Dharma. So therefore, we must be mindful always.感恩 for listening in. May we all achieve enlightenment for the benefit of sentient beings.